Electric scooters have hit the streets in North Tonawanda. The city is partnering with the company Bird to bring these scooters to another Western New York community.
Joining us now to talk about this is North Tonawanda Mayor Austin Tylec. Mayor Tylec, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, these scooters are great. We are seeing them they're just a growing trend. We're seeing them all over. I've used them a couple of times myself. They are a really awesome means of transportation. Tell us a little bit about how this partnership came about, why you wanted to bring them.
I have to ask, did you use high heels while you were using them? Or?
That would have been impressive.
That would have been, yeah.
All right. So Bird approached North Tonawanda. It looks like they're trying to expand. They came to North Tonawanda about 6-9 months ago. Said they thought it would be a great spot to implement it. We have the waterfront, 3 sides of waterfront. We have our downtown, numerous parks. And we checked all the boxes with our attorneys, the council, myself, and decided to approve it recently. So they started rolling them in. I know people ask, why in October? Well, government moves a little slower sometimes. So, of course, it would have been nice in the summer, but they're here for the next 4 or 5 weeks, and then they'll hibernate and then come back in the spring.
I mean, both Tonawandas are such good walkable areas, both walkable cities, and especially with the waterfront there and the restaurants, and there's so much to do, and you see people zipping around. It's got to be a big attraction for the sort of industry or the entertainment industry there in both of those cities.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bird is intended to get to A to B. You know, it's not necessarily to casually just zip around. You can, but you know, you're at a park, you want to go downtown and grab something to eat, or you're at Riviera Theater, you want to go to the park. I mean, it's a really simple way to just hop on something and go. You know, of course, we're partnering, but Bird is its own entity, so the city doesn't have any liability. We don't manage the fleet. It doesn't cost us anything. We don't charge them. We don't store them. We don't fix them. It's really just Bird's opportunity to work with municipalities, and they're trying to do the same in Niagara Falls and Buffalo, from what I've heard.
Now, this is also great for low-income residents, right? Maybe something that for people, transportation may be something that's more difficult for them. Talk on that a little bit.
Yeah, so we're always looking to find ways to expand our public transportation, whether it's a bus or bikes or what have you, or a scooter. This is just another way to give people an option. It's not for everyone, right? You know, if my grandma was still around, I'd probably tell her.
They're also fast.
Yeah. Well, they go 15 to 18 miles an hour, and you know your limits. If you wouldn't get on a bike, you might not want to get on a scooter. You don't like roller coasters, don't go on roller coasters, right? So, but they're an option too for nurses, first responders. There's different options, cheaper options for not just those who might not be able to afford a vehicle, but those in different types of industries.
So for those who might be new to these, because you do see them in larger cities, Washington, D.C., for example, I know it's very popular there. How does it work? How will it work when people are walking around and they might see a group of these scooters on the corner?
So you have the app, download the app. You have to be 18 or older to ride them. Either you can click on one and reserve it if you see it within the map, or if you see one right in front of you, you scan the code. It says that's the scooter. You reserve it more or less. You get on and you go. It's $1 to start the ride, and then it's 49 cents per minute.
Okay.
So it's not per mile, it's per minute.
Interesting.
Awesome. I think these will certainly be a great asset for the city.
Very
Mayor
cool.
Austin Tylec, that's all the time we have. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Still ahead at 4, we continue our coverage